Hi everybody, it's Dave, and I just got done doing the first service on our brand new to us 1994 Monterey 19-foot boat with a 4.3 Mercruiser. I want to say thanks to everybody on the forums who kind of helped me out, steered me in the right direction. I want to make sure that we don't get stuck on the water and have a boat that lasts a long time and is reliable. So a couple things that we did, I changed the fluid in the outdrive. There's lots of videos on how to do that online, so I won't belabor it, but it went just like they said. Using marine rated gear lube for that, that's real important. Also greased the Zerk fittings. There's a Zerk fitting on the left hand side and on the right hand side, and those are for the bearings for the trim. And then there's also another Zerk fitting back in the back. The previous owner told me that goes back up into the gimbal bearing, and to pump that full of marine grease, you know, every couple of 3-4 times a season. So I started off by doing that. Inflated all the tires, pumped up the Zerks, again with marine wheel bearing grease in my grease gun, just to make sure that wheel bearings are good. Then we went to the inside, and a couple key things here. Did the first oil change on the 4.3 Mercruiser. There's lots of techniques online to kind of show you some ways of doing that. Some of them have you sucking the oil out of the dipstick. I didn't have any of the equipment to do any of that, so I kind of fashioned up another method. Back on the back, the right hand side there is the drain plug, and I had a little drain pan that was able to slide in there. And then I used a small shop vac dedicated for oil and things like that, and I just sucked the oil out of that little pan as it was draining. Did perfect, didn't spill a drop. I also topped off the fluids in the gear oil reservoir in the back there. Topped off the power steering pump fluid. And behind that cover right there is the little motor for the trim. It's got, looks like a two-way pump, either up or down. I did replace the battery. The battery that was in here had a date of 4/2013. So if you do the math on that, you know, that's just about 7 years old. I replaced it with one out of our RV that is brand new, 12/2019. So that'll do good for us. Here's the old battery. My experience is that you get to 5 years and batteries go pretty quick after that. So I didn't want to get stuck on the water. Some of the stuff that we use to do the oil change and everything, love tarps, keeps us from making a mess out there, rags, etc. There's my grease gun with it's a mini grease gun with the small cartridges with the blue marine grease in that one. And then here's the little pump that you use to fill the outdrive with the gear oil from the bottom to the top. That's a threaded fitting, the yellow one on the end there. Again, lots of videos on YouTube to show that. This is the little pan that I used, and I put underneath the oil pan in the engine, and it fit just right in between the bilge pumps and some of the other things down below there. I was able to drain the oil into here and at the same time suck it out with my small shop vac. I set that shop vac aside a long time ago for things like oil. So it's full of about 4.5 quarts of oil right now, and I'll take that and recycle it, pour it into my container, and do that here in a minute. Hey, last thing is the oil filter, and you know, I was trying to figure a way to keep from making a real big mess, so I took and cut about a 4-inch section off the bottom of a 2-liter soda bottle. I put that around the oil filter, and then when I was unscrewing it, the oil filter certainly dribbled, and you can see a bunch of oil in the bottom of the 2-liter, but none of that got into the hull of the boat, not even onto the rag that was hanging out below there. So just little tips from me. We're going to go out and enjoy things tomorrow. Take a spare oil and some other fluids with us as well. There's that from the oil change. One thing I still need to do is, looks like a fuel water separator. I don't have that part. It's easy to get to. As you can see, it's right on the front of the engine compartment, so I'll take care of that before we get too deep into summer. And then, like I said, we just plan on a nice long summer here in Middle Tennessee, enjoying the rivers and lakes. Thanks everybody, take care. Like the video if you found it useful, and thanks a lot. Bye.